Previously on Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations. And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands, partner.
He called me partner. Aha.
Wake up and smell the coffee, Trite.
She's naming Maya.
So not only did you witness the murder, you know the name of the murderer.
I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes. And then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her.
And Elise Denham tried to stab her with this weapon? To kill Ms. Faye? Her own flippin' daughter?
Yes, exactly. Mystic Maya, she turned things around and then she used the weapon she had taken and lunged forward for a strike. Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. So I must have just gotten confused, I guess. Was the snow still falling or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Or are you just saying that there is a way to cross a burning bridge?
So it was just a misunderstanding. I see. This is a photo of the dusky bridge after it burned down from the lightning blast. It was taken on the morning after the incident. Oh, It certainly was burned to a crisp, and one of the suspension wires even snapped. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall.
Wait a minute.
Clearly, it would be impossible to carry a corpse across a bridge in this condition.
Yeah, taken the morning after the crime.
Unless I do something to discredit this testimony, it's going to be deemed as the truth. And Maya will be accused of murder. Try it. I'm only going to say it one more time.
Yeah.
It is only human to err. And only humans can spot the errors of our ways.
Are you trying to help me?
The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes.
Hang on a second.
Oh.
Okay, that's weird. Not sure if that helps me at all.
All right, Mr. Wright, please begin your final cross-examination.
Wait, what?
Final?
Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body.
Yes, but if the snow had already stopped when the incident took place,
I couldn't have crossed the bridge, naturally.
Ow.
But I think it's just like Mr. Godot said. The body did make it across somehow. So I must have just gotten confused, I guess. What's...
Oh, wait, no. Press. But you seem to be quite sure of yourself when you gave your testimony. You said you were sure the snow had already stopped.
I'm terribly sorry. I was wrong.
Ow.
Yeah.
Does she really think an apology is going to get her off the hook?
Was the snow still falling or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much?
This is no joke. You're giving sworn testimony in a court of law.
Well, Mr. Wright, let me ask you a question. Who is the law?
I'm the law.
No, you're not.
Oh. Okay, you're right.
Do you remember what the weather was like 1 week ago today?
No. It's probably raining. It rains a lot over where I am. Really? I mean...
You see, it's not that easy to remember, is it?
I different. But if it had been some kind of a special day, I would have remembered.
Mr. Wright, 1 week ago today was your birthday.
Wait, what? Oh,
So what is the weather like?
Crap. For example, it's pouring rain on the day of my elementary school graduation.
Objection!
No one wants to hear about your childhood traumas, right? What? By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. If you insist on obsessing over that one statement, let's see the proof. Show some evidence that the body somehow crossed the bridge while it was on fire. Oh, I got it. Hey, wait. Yes. Hang on. I'm just going to present it. I'm going to present it now. Oh. What? Okay. A dead body flying over a burning bridge. I wouldn't exactly rule out the possibility. What? You're saying it's possible? Don't make me laugh.
I just did.
Oh. Damn, you're right. The only thing that's possible about your claim is that it's being pulled out of thin air. Why is it always thin air? Why not thick air? Chubby air. Mostly fit, but could stand you to lose a few pounds there. What? I don't know anything about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen. Preposterous. Who is it? Who is this witness?
Do I actually have to name him?
I can't chicken out here. I gotta keep on the attack and go. Ms. Elise Denham's brilliant and highly gifted apprentice, Larice Denham. Really? Highly gifted apprentice? Remember what he said in his testimony. That night, he was at the Mountain Shack, Heavenly Hall. And that's when he witnessed the event. I think you've all seen this sketch before. It's an exact drawing of what he witnessed that night. Are you serious? Today is not April Fool's Day, is it? Mr. Wright, are you seriously claiming that the victim flew through the air? She could have been thrown or dropped or something like that. And you're using this pathetic scribble to support your argument? Ow. The judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket. Huh. Well, try it. There's nowhere for you to hide now. Other than looking like it was drawn by a 6-year-old, does this sketch prove anything? Hey, I was a much better artist than that at 6 years old. Thank you very much. Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty sure it does, and I'm going to prove it. Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down. There. Oh. If you're so eager to turn this case upside down, why not start with this sketch? I knew it. Upside down. Godot really is trying to help me, isn't he? because that was clearly drawn upside down because of the way that the suspension wires are.
All right, then, let's hear the defense's theory. What exactly is this sketch trying to show?
I don't think old Whiskerface is going to forgive any more mistakes. All right, Phoenix, look carefully and think it over. This sketch, drawn by Larice Denham, is exactly what happened. Of course the victim was flying through the air. You can see it right here in the sketch. Whoosh!
Whoosh.
Whoosh!
Are you sure you want to go with that?
Yes!
Whoosh. You know, you're starting to remind me of yesterday's witness.
You weren't here. What? That was the last thing I wanted to hear.
Do you have any evidence that the victim flew through the air? Just so you know, we haven't discovered a giant human catapult at the end of Temple yet.
I wish they had.
Even if you're a lousy lawyer, at least you're 1 cup's worth of entertainment.
I think we should skip the penalty this time. There must be some way. I just know it. There must be a way to use Larry's sketch to show the truth of what happened.
All right, then, the witness will now return to her testimony.
Wait, what?
Yes, Your Honor.
What? But I what?
But
okay, apparently I did that wrong. All right, let's do this again. Okay, present this here. And, it all comes back to this.
I can't believe we're looking at this again.
I admit that I didn't really understand it before, but I get it now. That's why I believe this sketch shows the truth.
Very well. All right, then, let's hear the defense's theory. What exactly is this sketch trying to show?
Okay. No more mistakes. Okay, the sketch drawn by Larice Denham is a complete contradiction. Something is obviously funny about this sketch.
I'm no art critic, but even I can see that.
No, that's not what I mean, Your Honor. Larice Denham stated it over and over that this sketch was exactly as he saw it. However, if we're to believe his testimony, then the sketch contradicts reality as we know it.
it contradicts reality?
It's getting interesting. Looks like you're back to that finger-pointing thing again. Okay, Trat, so what exactly contradicts reality as we know it? Is it actually, since I think this is upside down, it would be this one, right?
Take that!
It's this wire connected to the bridge.
A wire?
Ha! Is that the thing that contradicts reality? It is indeed. And show us the reality it supposedly conflicts with. Show us something that will point out how the sketch contradicts reality. This is it? Yeah, this is it.
Take that!
That's a photo of Dusky Bridge, correct?
Yes. Now, compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. In the sketch, the wires appeared to be above the guard wires. But on the actual Dusky Bridge,
Jumpin' Jehoshaphat!
the wires are below the guard wires.
Blat! Order, order, order! This sketch is somewhat different than what's depicted in the photo.
Yeah, which is why I thought that the sketch is exactly what happened, because the photos was from the next day.
However, isn't it likely that the artist just saw it wrong?
He drew it upside down. Or perhaps he just drew it wrong. Exactly. Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong, right? Tracked? Whatever. With someone like Larice, I admit a mistake is a definite possibility. But then that begs the question, why did he make a mistake? What was the reason? Are you saying you know the answer to that? Yeah, you gave it to me just a few minutes ago. He was upside down. Listen, think back, all right? Remember what Larice was doing when he witnessed this event. He was at Heavenly Hall waiting for a lover that was never going to come. We're not going to go through all that again, are we? No. He waited, and finally he laid down. But then, lightning shoots from the sky and sets the bridge aflame. Now ponder what sort of position Larice must have been in at the time. He was lying on his back, which is why he remembered the scene the way he did.
He was lying on his back? You can't see how it relates.
But it does, Yana. That is the reason why the wires in the sketch go up instead of down.
Oh!
No way. Larice Denham witnessed the event while he was lying on his back, face up. In other words, the scene that he saw was actually upside down. Like Godot told me a few minutes ago.
So then, the sketch should actually be...
I think you finally get it, Jana. The correct way to view Larice Denham's sketch is like this. This is how it should actually look. The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge. It was actually swinging below. Wait, swinging? That's right, just like a pendulum. Ridiculous. I thought she just dropped it.
Objection!
Of all the things to see, a pendulum? The bridge was burning to a crisp. There was no way to get across it. But if the body had been found at the inner temple, it would have caused problems. This is where the criminal decided to take a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side. And a pendulum was the only way to get it done.
Objection!
Let's think about this for a minute, shall we? Dusky Bridge is about 20 yards long, which means it's about that far from the inner temple to the opposite cliff. Yes, that sounds about right. In order to cover that distance with a pendulum, you need a rope at least 10 yards long. To get a rope that long, you have to plan ahead. The lightning strike that night can only have been an accident. So it doesn't make sense that the culprit would have prepared the rope beforehand. So then they didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of them. What? I'm saying that it was just a matter of using what was already there.
In that case, Mr. Wright, please give us an explanation to support your theory. What makes you think the criminal had the rope on hand to create a pendulum?
All right. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, the bridge was falling apart. Just use bits of the bridge. Right?
Take that!
And the meaning of this is?
If you want to know where the rope came from, it's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard.
Ah! This is one of the wires from the bridge.
When the lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire, one of the suspension wires came loose from its anchor. The criminal didn't have any time to waste, so they tied the wire around Elise Denham's body. That is absolutely ridiculous. Because there was simply no other way to move the body. Huh. Glug 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 glug. I just saw it and I don't believe it.
Mr. Godot!
Glug 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 glug.
It seems that Mr. Godot is more focused on his coffee than answering my question. It seems that the odds of a rope being readily available were very high. So I suppose that it's not an impossibility after all.
Objection!
Possible or impossible? That's not the question we need to ask. There's only one question. Did that really happen? Try it. I wonder if you can prove what happened to us. Do you have any actual evidence that the body was swung over like a pendulum? The autopsy report. Or that. Actually, yeah, let's try this.
Take that!
Before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. According to this photo, one of the wires snapped. Looking at the map, we can see it's the one that was in front of the inner temple.
So then that was the spot where the criminal...
Yes, precisely. Now, let us consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. If the body was pushed from this point here, it would drop on the opposite bank at approximately this point.
Did you say drop?
Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank. What makes you think something like that happened? Because I have evidence that suggests her body dropped some distance. What kind of evidence? Oh, maybe I should have gone with the autopsy report. Take a look at this autopsy report. It says here that her body fell about 10 feet after her death.
10 feet, huh?
That's most likely the height difference between the two sides. The body overswung due to forward momentum, but then came loose and fell about 10 feet. And then, as a result of the landing impact, this crystal sphere was knocked loose. And that's... Yes, this blood-stained amethyst crystal is the one that came off of Ms. Elise Denham's staff. And even more important is the place where this crystal sphere was found.
Indeed, I believe it's already marked on this overhead map. The crystal was found Ah!
Precisely, Your Honor. In the very spot where the pendulum would arrive if given the right amount of speed.
This explains your theory quite well, Mr. Wright. You have provided us with a way the body could have been moved that night. An impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive.
Bah!
But, Mr. Wright!
I thought this cold coffee might help cool you down.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Godot?
That was a dark and bitter guess you made, Trot. But you forgot about one thing.
Oh, and what would that be?
The aroma.
What?
Huh? Coffee's most reliable accomplice is this deep and profound aroma. The rest of the court doesn't speak Coffeenese. Could you maybe elaborate a bit more? If the criminal has sent the body to the other side, like you say, then naturally there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it. Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
An accomplice?
The criminal wasn't able to cross Dusky Bridge. So, who collected the body? What do you have to say about that, Trot?
Mr. Godot is correct. This can't be the work of a single person. Well, Mr. Wright, you know what you must do.
Damn it. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, the body couldn't have made it to Hasakura Temple without an accomplice.
Very well then, if you please, Mr. Wright. Who was the person that received the body on the Hasakura Temple side?
I mean... had to have been her, right? Right?
Take that!
It can only be you, Sister Iris.
Huh? But I...
I don't see why you're so surprised. The only way to transport the body from Dusky Bridge is by snowmobile. But with her bad back, Sister Bikini could never pick up a body like that. You're the only one that could have managed it.
Objection!
Trot, were you even listening to the witness's testimony? On the night of the crime, this little cutie pie was on cleanup duty in the inner temple garden after the mother-daughter bloodbath.
Objection!
I haven't forgotten, but have you, Mr. Godot? This witness was also seen at Hasakura Temple, desecrating the corpse of the victim.
Strange indeed. It's almost as if on that night the defendant was in two different places at the same time.
Sister Iris, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony?
Mention what?
The pendulum, of course. Using this sketch drawn by an eyewitness, I have established how the body was moved using the burnt-out bridge. Which means it's now a fact that this occurred, something you should have already known.
No, I had no idea. I didn't know anything about pendulum.
But the body couldn't have been passed along to the other side without your help. You should have known about it. In fact, it'd be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing unless you're not really Iris to begin with.
What? How can you say that, Mr. Wright?
What? What kind of nonsense is this? You're saying that this witness isn't Iris of Hasakura Temple?
Objection.
Are you serious, Trat? You mean this woman is... There's no one besides Iris that could have received the corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach this whole trial. Why your whole demeanor's changed so suddenly from yesterday. Why she's trying to pin this murder on Maya. The woman that's standing at the witness stand. Her real name is...
Take that.
But whose body is she in? Never thought I'd have to utter your name again. Let alone see you. It's been a long time. Dahlia Hawthorne.
Hawthorne?
Sister Iris had a twin sister. And you're looking at her. Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne.
That name rings some bells. Distant bells, but bells nonetheless.
Ha! It's just your imagination, Gramps. This file contains all the relevant data about Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh, yes. I remember now. That case. 5 years ago.
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence, Judgy.
The honor's all mine.
No, the honor's all mine. But, according to this, Dahlia Hawthorne is already dead. Says her execution was carried out last month.
So what? Death has no meaning in this courtroom.
What? Order! Order! Order!
Wait a moment. How can you... My sister, she's already dead. What kind of...
Objection.
You of all people should already understand. After all, the blood of the master of the Korean channeling technique flows within that body.
The Korean channeling technique? Now, where have I heard that?
That's right. You're not Dahlia Hawthorne herself. You're the spirit of Dahlia, currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium. But is it Iris's body? What an exciting story. Exciting, but quite impossible. You're asking us to buy that Dahlia Hawthorne just happened to be channeled by someone on the very night of the murder to a temple where her twin sister Iris was? Well, if you're going to put things that way, then yes.
Objection.
We're supposed to believe a coincidence like that just happens. It's not a coincidence. Naturally, it was no coincidence. The whole thing was part of a plan from the very beginning. It's all written right here in these instructions.
What's that?
These instructions were written by your mother, Morgan Fay. As part of the plan, and part of the plan called for Dahlia Hawthorne to be channeled. That night, there were 2 irises at Hasakura Temple. 2 of them. Even the night of the channeling was planned out. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, in other words, 10 p.m. However, Iris was seen before dinner time.
That means the Iris that was at dinner was the real Iris.
And the Iris who gave me this hood in the main hall was also the real Iris. Meaning that the Iris Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple was someone else dressed as her, namely one Dahlia Hawthorne.
Objection.
Do you even know what you're saying, Tri? This whole channeling the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne business. Yes, it's true that you found plans to talk about it. However, there's one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness currently standing in the witness stand is the real Iris. What? Calm down and remember what you know about the night of the crime. After meeting Sister Bikini, the Dahlia Hawthorne that had been channeled would have been stranded at the inner temple due to the lightning strike. It was later that the body was moved by pendulum. Yeah, that's right. Naturally, that would mean that the Iris that received the body was the real Iris. Are you with me so far? Yes. After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hashikura Temple's main hall. There, they found Iris in her room and arrested her. And ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center. Yeah, I suppose. I can't deny any of that, except she did escape.
Ooh, thank goodness. It looks like he's finally convinced.
Something still seems off. Way off. I'm still not convinced that the Iris here is the same one from the other night. Ha! I suppose you're about to say something really ridiculous. Only sort of ridiculous. Like, the real Iris and the spirit Dahlia somehow switched places?
Switch places. To be perfectly honest, there are still quite a few things I don't understand, but I do know that unless we confirm the witness's identity, we can't continue with this trial.
Iris doesn't have the spiritual power needed to channel Dahlia. Oh, crap. Which means they must have switched places somewhere.
Well, Mr. Wright, since the time she was arrested at Hashikura Temple, have there been any chances for Iris to switch places with Dahlia Hawthorne?
Yep. Your Honor, I think there might have been one chance.
Oh, explain yourself.
Yesterday, for a few minutes, Iris's whereabouts were unknown. Unknown? What do you mean? What I mean is, there was a span of time in which Iris was able to move about freely, unsupervised.
Well, who was it? Who would give a murder suspect time to move about freely like that?
Ow. I'm sorry, I know you didn't mean to. It wasn't your fault, you beautiful, beautiful man. But the wonderful person who accidentally gave Iris the chance to move freely was the love of my life,
Take that!
Miles Edgeworth.
This is Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it?
Your Honor, there was a fairly large earthquake yesterday, was there not?
An earthquake?
Earthquake!
Oh my goodness, the inner temple! This kind of tremor might...
How could I have? She fled. She escaped.
We went to the inner temple right away. And it's true, Iris was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point in time. When I arrived at the training hall, I was met by none other than Dahlia Hawthorne. In whose body? Please tell me it's not Pearl.
That's quite enough already, Mr. Wright. Now see here. No judge in his right mind would consider the idea of spinning.
Be quiet. Oh, there she is.
It's been a long time, Mr. Judge E.
That voice!
Guess I'll have to ask again. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules.
Dahlia Hawthorne. In my current profession, permanently retired.
Ha! So you're not gonna bother hiding your identity anymore, huh?
Why should I? After all, I'm dead. There's really nothing you can do to punish me.
What is going on here?
Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought we'd meet again. And I never thought we'd meet like this. Please don't let that be Pearl. This time I'll end it. For her and for myself. To be continued. In the next episode, to the outro. Okay, so definitely Dahlia. However, she's not possessing Iris. So Iris is missing. Also, I don't think it could be Pearl because we were talking to her just before we learned that Iris, actually Dahlia, was going to be today's witness. That means the only person that she could possibly be possessing is Maya. Now that means that Iris is probably hidden behind all those locks that are currently securing the sacred cavern. I absolutely do not understand the whys and the hows of any of this, though. Hell, I mean not even be right about the who. Anywho, up here's a playlist of my Danganronpa Goodbye Despair playthrough. Down here is a video that YouTube recommends. Also, if you'd like to help support the channel and get videos a week early, we have channel memberships available. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!